Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com. Well, today I'm in scolding nanny mode, and I hate to do it, but I think the time has come to talk about what I regard as the all-time silliest comment and criticism that regularly appears in the comments section, because I'm a critic. I get to criticize everything. So do you. That's what we do, right? And one of the things that I have taken great pains to point out since the beginning of this channel is that the comment section is moderated by me. I read all of them, every single last one, in order to create what is hopefully a body of information that will help people who watch the video and then see the comments. Some people, like to say, well, I delete everyone whose opinion differs from mine. Well, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It depends how it's stated, whether I think it's a productive conversation. And that's all on me. I confess, I accept that. But the comment that blows my mind, totally blows my mind, is the one that says, usually after I criticize something, well, you couldn't play it better. Or who are you to criticize this person because they have talent and you don't? Well, what's wrong with that? Actually, I don't care when it's aimed at me. But recently, in looking at the thread of comments on this thing, wait a minute, what was it here? Yes, Song Jin Cho's Ravel Piano Concerti, which are just awful. Others had heard them and agreed with me, which I thought was very nice. But some other people chimed in with the same comment aimed at other commentators. And that I will not tolerate under any circumstances. When people criticize me like that, it's just laughable. I could either keep it or delete it. It doesn't matter. But I will not tolerate a lack of civility in the interactions between commentators. So if you decide you're going to dump on somebody else who makes a comment, that's my job. I'm telling you right now, I'll handle it. You want to do it? Go somewhere else. You're going to be deleted and banned and exculpated, or not exculpated, just the opposite. Exorcised, whatever it is, your history. Because that's just obnoxious. And I'm not going to allow, those kinds of, pugilistic verbal sparring episodes to infect the conversations that we have here, which I think are wholly positive, at least for the most part, and productive. But let's just take a moment, just between us friends, right, to investigate why that is such a stupid comment. Oh my God, and hypocritical. Oy, ay, 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 ay. Okay, so there's the bottom line. If you can't do it as well as Artist X, you have no business criticizing Artist X, because Artist X worked really hard. All right, forget we're dealing with Artist X. I don't need to be a plumber to know that my toilet is broken. Do I? You don't need to have any kinds of skills to avail yourself of the skills of others who are trained and in those skills. And if the people who are trained in those skills do not do their jobs or are incompetent, I just spent $2,000 fixing a leak in my shower, in my bathroom. I had to move an entire wall of CDs to get at it. It was an ordeal. The guy who did it is terrific. First-class plumber. He's wonderful and very, very helpful. And I love him to death because finding really good tradespeople to fix things is not easy. There are many more incompetents than there are competents, and they're expensive. So, I don't think anybody would disagree with any of those things, would they? If he had done it and the leak was still there, I don't need to be a plumber to say, my God, he ripped me off. I'm going to write a comment on Yelp saying nobody should use him. What is the difference? Honestly, folks, what is the difference with Song Jin Cho, who plays lovely Chopin? He won the Chopin competition. I'll grant him that. But he plays Ravel like Chopin, which is a whole other matter. And so we are qualified, some of us, all of us, to criticize. Some of us have qualifications that make our criticisms perhaps more pointed or valuable or legitimate or, or useful to others, but we all do it. I mean, if you go to a restaurant and you get food poisoning, you're not supposed to criticize them because they're nice people who are trained in how to serve food to people. I mean, they have a business. They've been doing it for years. They made a mistake and you suffered. You have a right to criticize. You have a right to sue them. I mean, if you're really sick, or even if you just don't care for it. Let's say you order something, it's over salted, and you send it back. You say, I won't eat this. It's too salty. Do it again. Or you don't pay for it. What's the difference? There isn't any. And truth be told, I mean, in the nature of that kind of criticism, there's an implicit admission. And I freely admit it, which is, yes, I could certainly do a better job at this music if I could play as well as he could, if I could conduct as well as this guy, if I could sing as well as that person. Obviously, I don't have the training. It doesn't mean I don't have the knowledge. It doesn't mean I don't understand what I'm being offered, and I'm not qualified to comment on what I'm being offered. So that is just the most foolish comment. And the people who throw it out there, they do it with such sanctimonious smugness. Oh, you can't do that as well as they can. Well, yeah, actually I could. I could probably do it better. But I'm not going to have the chance. In the meantime, I certainly know about all the other people who have done it better, and I can compare this schmagegi to all the other people who have done it better and conclude that this schmagegi is somehow deficient. We go through our lives every day making exactly the same kinds of judgments. You purchase something, you don't like it, you don't buy it again. You have some sort of service, your internet goes down, you hate whoever you're getting your service from, your provider, you switch to somebody else. I mean, it's just the nature of our lives. We want value for money. We want to be treated with respect. We want the best that we can get, and we want to have the right to call crap when we encounter it. Whatever it is. And the corollary to the well, you don't have a right to criticize, you have to be nasty. As well, it's just your opinion. It's just as good as anybody else's. No, it's better. I'm telling you straight out, it's a much better opinion than most other people's. It's far more valuable than most people's. I mean, because it's based on experience. It's based on knowledge. Yes, at the end of the day, you render an opinion. But what matters is not the fact that it's opinion. What matters is what the basis for it is. What's your experience? What do you bring to the table? I'm not saying that I'm always in the right or that I'm always better than anybody else, or that my opinion isn't an opinion, but it has a basis. And so you can't dismiss it by simply saying, well, all opinions are equal because they're equally opinionated. Wrong. That is totally wrong. And it's also hypocritical because you spend your life listening to other people, trusting other people, forming your own opinions based on the fact that other people have time to acquire the knowledge and experience that you don't have. And so you count on them. You read the reviews on Yelp and other places. You look to try and find the best in things, and you listen to others who you accept have more knowledge than you do. So, I mean, just don't go there. It's such crap. It's so silly. But what really got me, like I said, isn't that this is aimed at me. I mean, this is part of the territory, and I understand it's going to happen. But treat each other always with respect and civility, or you will be out. And I feel I need to say this once in a while because, it's not like this is a major thing with most of you. It isn't, of course. I mean, I love you all, and you're wonderful people, and your contributions are, frankly, I think as important as mine. I mean, I make the video, but what you say afterwards, I consider immensely valuable, and oftentimes even more useful to to newcomers and others who don't know me from a hole in the wall, but who see the quality of conversation that we have, and they find the voices that they can trust. So making a comment is a serious thing. It really is, and I regard it as a serious thing. So, there is that. But I absolutely will not tolerate that kind of behavior when it comes to the comments of others. It's not a valid criticism at all. And I should know, because I know what valid criticisms are. So there. Keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.